So, blacks have no power, even when in charge. More racist rhetoric coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logical Reason, and as always, thank y'all for joining me today. So, blacks have no power, even when in control. It is an example of unresolved thinking, and this is mostly a deflectionary tactic that the race hustlers use to try to deflect away from the fact that black people are in charge, even though that black in areas when basically are in charge. A perfect example would be Baltimore, right? Remember when the whole Freddy Gray thing went down? Well, blacks were crying racism, racism, and if you're familiar with the Freddy Gray case, he was a gentleman who they say had some type of mental issues, maybe, but he was arrested, put in the back of a paddy wagon, and from the time that he was put in the back of the paddy wagon to the time they got to final destination, he basically was severely injured and died. And of course, the person in the other side of the paddy wagon, again, I didn't follow the case. I believe this is what happened. But there was a person in the other side of the paddy wagon, right, who had no issue. But Freddy Gray sustained these injuries and died. They say it's the police fault because they didn't properly restrain him. Anyway, when the case was going on and there was all this rioting, and we remember the black mother who basically beat her son because he was out participating in the rioting. And they also writing about racism, white supremacy, and all this other foolishness. Meanwhile, the mayor of the city was black, Baltimore, right? The majority of the city council, black. The DA, that black female who prosecuted the case, was black. The police chief, black. Second in command, black, right? I believe the majority of the cops in Baltimore were black. So blacks are in charge of this city, and you occupy a majority of the positions, but somehow they still have no power. It's the white man in charge. Okay, this is something that I mostly heard from Tariq, nigga, please, with that nonsense. So if black people aren't in charge of Baltimore, then someone explain to me who exactly is, who's making the decisions then, and based on what. And if that's the case, if these black people aren't in charge or weren't in charge of Baltimore, then what about all the cities that's majority controlled by white people? Then how the hell are they in charge then? The people, those quote-unquote white people who were controlling Baltimore, wouldn't they be controlling other cities that's majority controlled by white people then? Or why the hell would they focus on Baltimore and only areas that's majority black to go in and run, that's run more majority by black people, such as here in New Orleans? So the city council, the blacks here in New Orleans that are in charge aren't really in charge, according to these race hustlers, which doesn't make any damn sense. But I would just love to someone give me evidence of this, how all these black people are in positions of authority, but white folks come in and make all decisions, right? The police chiefs are black, but it's white people coming in making all these decisions. I just love to know how that's the case, and how these people, quote unquote people, who are running and making all these decisions, how are they only doing this in black majority run cities with black people in charge and not the white cities? Again, I just love to have that answer that no one ever says. That's the thing, the beauty of race rhetoric and all the nonsense is they spew it, but they never really defend it. It's just nonsense to keep black folks angry and enraged. That's all they do. But anyway, if you ever hear this nonsense of, well, black people make up the majority of the city council and the mayoral positions in positions of authority, but they have no power, well, now you know, no one has had the battle. And as always, until next time.